Hello, Dave here. I'm at Leeds Minster Church. A bit of a strange one this, because I came here a day or two ago and I took some pictures on the outside, stills, and I went inside to do a video. And I was told quite, in no uncertain terms, you can't do any videos. And it's strange, because I've been into another church in Leeds and they wouldn't let me take videos either. So, we'll have a look around the outside. But the strange thing about this video, well, this church, is that, I don't know, 1800s I think it was, that there used to be quite an extensive graveyard to this place. But the strange thing is, the railroad bought the land round here for the rail station that's behind me, the railway tracks. And what they actually done with a lot of the gravestones, I'll show you, most of them over there to shore up the rail embankment. How's that for respect, eh? But anyway, onto this church here. It's another one of those ones that has massive things that interest me, that I don't believe has anything to do with religion. I'll have a scan from over the other side of the road here, and then I'll go a bit closer and try and get out the sun, because the way the sun's shining at the moment, I can't see a thing. But the other strange thing is, while we move over the road, I was talking to a lady. She's quite an elderly lady. Hang on, got to cross the road first. Quite an elderly lady who's voluntarily working here. She's been a member of the church for many years. And I specifically asked, is there anything below this level here? And I was told no. Which set alarm bells ringing, because most of the streets around here have buried levels. But I mentioned it but first look at the door. I mean, when you look at a normal archway above a door, the door, top quarter usually the arch, and then 3/4 is the door. But as you can see, you've only got the door there, quarter of it. The steps are later date, along with the skirting board that runs on the outside. But what I want to do is just have a quick look at these towers, because what religious purpose do they serve? These are the questions I'm asking. And the other thing as well with churches, most of them, see this layer sticking out prominently from there down over. I believe all that to be a later addition. I'm almost sure there were some carvings that caught me eyes round here, but as you can see by the pavements around here, all of them are graves, or gravestones I should say. And now I'll just flip back over the road and show you. There's all the gravestones. Never seen out like it in my life. Got a bit closer to this now. These that stick out from the wall look like wall supports. I don't believe the wall supports at all. I believe they're part of the functionality of the building. The same as I now believe, only through me visiting many churches, with all your stained glass in there is a religious edition. It's an 1800 edition. It has nothing to do with the original build. We'll have a look around this side. See these so-called support walls. The support walls, but on the top of every one of them, you have one of them. You'd have a clock that was put in at a later date, I believe, and then the amount of intricate carving up there is just spectacular, really. It's not carving, it's casting. They're all cast, these, in sections, they're not carved. Strange, because you get so many years of having this stuff programmed into your brain from childhood. It's difficult just to drop everything name wise. There's not a great deal around here, so if I move out a bit, there's a great deal of the trees, but I mean, it must have been a hell of a sized graveyard, because these tombstones are everywhere. See, buried levels. Let's see if I can get behind here and have a bit up the top there. I mean, really, when you start looking, I mean, just look at that lot up there. What the hell's it all for? You know, I believe that it's part of the energy gathering technology. As I also believe these buildings had nothing to do with religion when they were built. I mean, one of these support columns, support towers on the corner here, you know, it just makes no sense at all. Yeah, I'm very open-minded. If people can come up and give me the answers to some of these questions I'm asking, I'd really love it. But the thing is, people can't. Quite surprised when I saw this building. The hotel's just round the corner, but I was very surprised with it being so small. I expected like something like York Minster, but who's to say? You know, I mean, in the greater scheme of things, it might have been just as important. Close up with this door now. It's out of proportion. You should have at least 3/4 of a door below where that arch stops there. You should really have 3/4 of a door, but you haven't, you've got 1/4 of a door. I mean, the lady was very, very nice and helpful, and I dare say she's been here a lot of years. But another thing I noticed on another church, but I've just noticed it here. No, I haven't, or have I? So, I mean, what is that all about? It's another doorway to get in the corner of these tiny towers. Don't know, it's got me. You know, if it was a wall extension, support, why do you need to? You know, it's not the bloody big skyscraper that we're building here, you know, I mean, it's only what, 10, 20 foot high, this part. It just really freaked me out, these towers. And these windows. See, I don't believe that they're original at all. There's not. Well, there was a few more strange carvings there on the window, but there isn't. Right, we'll just have a quick look around the back here. Air bricks, ever shit. I want you to stick with me. Hey up, important man in a white shirt. theories slowly building with them as well. Right, we're out the back. Just have a quick look around. So you have there, but you also have the wires that join them all as well. Is that just for stability? Who knows? What I did notice yesterday on other churches, I don't think that it's purposely being covered up, but what I've seen is quite a lot of the copper cables, not from this one, but from churches that have been redone recently, you know, the tops of them. The new copper cables that you usually see coming, or the copper bands you usually see coming down the side of these towers, is now like a brown plastic pyroid. So they're very, very difficult. Oh, there's one up there, look, found one. But the thing that gets me as well, these things are so high up. What is the purpose of them? Because nobody can see them. Unless you've got a zoom camera like I have. You know, it just, these nonsensical things. And as I mentioned in the beginning, this lovely lady that turned around and said there's definitely nothing below the level we're walking on. I've just pointed out all these are gravestones as well. But there you go. For a church that doesn't have an underground, can't really argue with that. What's even more interesting is down there. Really strange. You know, that is a good 8 to 10 foot. So I was in a church in Scarborough and I asked the same question about, you know, lower levels, and I was told quite categorically no. Then I phoned up to find out more information about the church, and I spoke to a gentleman who said yes. So we found any more carvings? I hope I can hear somebody behind that door. Just try and stand back and get a better view up the top there. You know, it's just, the decoration is mind-blowing. Hi there. Strange as well. We're just on a little bit of a car park at the side here. A lump of wall out of nowhere. But I think that's about it for this one. Just a quick look along. See if there's... No, nothing out of the ordinary or extraordinary. So, as I've already said, they won't let me in here with a camera, but I managed to get in and take some stills. So, I'll just tag them onto the end of here. Hang on. Don't know what they're all about. Still walking on gravestones. Now, just this little black entrance here. It's the entrance I went into yesterday, day before. I mean, it's a lovely little doorway, but Why the heck would religion need to go to all that expense? And the thing is, it's not as if it's a unique thing for churches, because these same roof designs can be found on all sorts of buildings. So that's about it for this one. Down off this step. Last look up at the tower and that splendid detail up there. Bye for now.